Okay, picture this. You wake up on Monday and you're not pissed at yourself because of how you handled the weekend in regard to your weight loss goals. Last time I checked, the weekends aren't going anywhere. So what we need to do is learn some strategies that will help you stay on track over the weekend. Something you really need to think about is every single day over the weekend can't be a celebration. There needs to be a little bit of balance. You need to really think about what is actually worth it to me. If a meal out or a certain fun food is really worth it to you, you can make space for it. But you really need to think about, is it worth it? Or am I going to eat more in alignment with how I normally eat and what my goals are? You can fit in fun food, but it can't be all the time. It can't be every single meal. Every single meal out can't be like this shit show, you know what I mean? When you are going out to eat, choose one indulgence. Maybe that's the bread basket that comes at the beginning of the meal. Maybe that is a starchy side. Maybe that is a alcoholic drink, or maybe it's a dessert. I don't know what it is. Maybe none of those things appeal to you. Maybe you're just going to stick with something that's lighter, like maybe some grilled chicken and some vegetables, or some kind of like a salad, or like, you know what I mean? Like something that's not as exciting. Remember that fried, anything that is breaded or whatever, those are likely going to be higher in calories versus something that's baked, broiled, or grilled. So think about that. Consider this too. Having meals prepped not only for the weekdays, but also for the weekend, so you aren't relying on going out for every meal, because if you're going out to eat, the likelihood is you're consuming a lot more calories than you may realize, even if you think you're making lighter choices, because restaurants want your food to taste good. They don't really care if you're trying to lose weight. If you start your day off with a high protein breakfast, you're going to feel good. You're going to start your day off on a good note, and that can lead to other good decisions. Also, getting in some form of movement on the weekend, not necessarily going to the gym. If you don't want to go to the gym, you don't have to. You could just go for a walk outside. If you're meeting a friend for coffee, why don't you walk and talk while you drink your coffee? Little things like that make a big difference. Be mindful with your alcohol consumption. Not only does it add a lot of extra calories, but it affects our sleep, our recovery, makes us feel like shit. I gave up drinking a long time ago, and I am so happy I did, because I love waking up in the morning on the weekends and not wanting to throw up or just not get out of bed. And in regard to going out to eat, if you have an idea of where you're going, look at the menus before you go so that you have an idea of what you may order before you go. That will reduce the anxiety around going out to eat. And you'll have a plan. And if you have a plan, you're more likely to stick to it versus just when they come take your order and you're just like, ugh, you know what I mean? One of the most important things that you need to keep in mind is if you feel like you had a day that you're not really that pleased about, that doesn't mean you just give up until whatever. You can reset right then and there. You're never stuck. You're never doomed. So I hope this reached you today if you needed to hear it. And if you would like one-on-one support, I am accepting clients, and I also accept health insurance. So we might be able to work together for no out-of-pocket cost to you, or as little as just a copay.